Hey, how's it going everyone? MLT Magic Tricks here. So in this video, I'm going to be performing and then teaching you this really great impromptu card trick that is going to have a very powerful effect on your spectator. But before we get into it, if you are new here to the channel, make sure you subscribe with those notifications on so you don't miss any of my videos. Drop a like if you enjoyed this card trick and make sure to check out the link in the description to my Amazon page where I have a collection of all the decks I use in my videos, along with a variety of magic tricks and accessories. But now let's get straight into this performance. Okay, so I would start off this card trick by handing the deck over to my spectator and having them shuffle up the cards as much as they want. Once they are done shuffling, I would explain to my spectator that they are going to be doing something with the deck of cards, while me as the magician would be turned around. So I would explain to my spectator they are going to cut the deck anywhere they want to. They are going to memorize the face-up card that they cut to. They are going to turn this pile face up and shuffle it into the face-down pile like this by doing a riffle shuffle, and then they would just give the deck a couple of cuts after that. So once my spectator is clear on the instructions, I would turn around and my spectator would go ahead and do this. So I'm going to play the role of my spectator right now, but do not worry guys, I'm going to not look at the card and I'm going to turn my head while I give the cards a riffle shuffle. So let's say my spectator cuts right here. I'm just going to show you guys the card they cut to. That is going to be my spectator selection. So once they had memorized the card, they would turn this pack face up. So I'm going to turn around to you guys. I'm not going to look at the card. They are going to shuffle this pack into the face down cards like this. I'm not looking at the card. My head is turned. They would do the riffle shuffle. And once they are done doing the riffle shuffle, they would give the deck as many cuts as they want to lose their card into the middle completely. So at this point, once my spectator is done losing their selection into the deck, the magician would turn around and explain to the spectator that they are going to try and find the card. So I would explain to my spectator here that I'm first going to spread out the deck face down on the table just like this, and I'm going to go through the deck and try and get a sense as to what my spectator's card is. It's very difficult here because we have a bunch of face up and face down cards, but I'm going to look through the deck here, and I think I've got a pretty good idea, but just to be sure, what I'm going to do is go through the deck here, and I'm going to eliminate cards that I don't think are my spectator. So I don't believe any of these. None of those cards are really speaking to me. Let me keep going through the deck here. Nah, I don't think none of those are calling out to me. I'm going to keep going through, and yeah, I think some card in this portion right here, one of these face-up cards, gave me a sense that it might be my spectators. Just to be sure, I'm going to go through these. Yeah, I don't think any of those are. So what we're going to do here is get rid of these cards, and we're just going to deal with the ones right here. So we have some face-up cards here, and then on the other side, we also have some face-up cards. So I'm going to go through, and I'm going to try and eliminate some cards here that I don't think are my spectators. So I'm just going to actually get rid of all the face-down cards, because I don't believe any of these face-down cards are my spectators. Now, we are left with these face-up cards right here. We don't need these face-down ones anymore. I'll explain to my spectator, I'm not sure if any of these cards, is their selection. I did not see their card at the start, and I'm obviously going to try and locate it right now. So we have these cards right here, and I would tell my spectator to take their hand and make this little fist motion like this, and I would explain to my spectator that I'm going to insert the cards right here in between their pointer finger and their middle finger, just like this. I would tell them just to have a relaxed grip on the cards, just casually have them held here, and I would tell them that I'm going to try something with the cards to see if I can find their selection. I would tell them I'm going to hit down on the cards that is in their hand right now. So I would go 1, 2, 3, just like that. As you can see, these cards fall down on the table, but one card remains in my spectator's hand, and this card should be their selection right here, the Jack of Clubs. So guys, that is what this card trick looks like. It's a really cool no setup effect that is definitely going to amaze all of your spectators. And if you want to learn how to do it, make sure you stick around for the tutorial. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that performance. This is a very powerful impromptu card trick that is overall not too difficult to perform. I got the idea for this card trick from magician Robert Ball, and I created my own ending there at the end. And I'm going to be talking about some multiple ways you can end off this card trick in the tutorial, so let's get right into it. You're going to begin by taking your deck of cards and having your spectator shuffle the deck as much as they want to. Once they are done shuffling, the only thing you need to do is memorize the top card in the deck, you need to get a peek at the top card because that is going to be your key card. So there's multiple ways you can do this. One way is you ask for the deck back, after your spectator's done shuffling, you go through and show them that all the cards in the deck are in fact different, no duplicates, nothing like that, and then you quickly peek at the top card. In this case, you see it's the Ace of Spades. That is one way. A more subtle way to do it is when you grab the deck back, you're casually talking to your spectator, and then when the deck is turned towards you like this, so you can see the bottom card, all you do is out jog the top card just a little bit, barely. It's going to be quickly just like that. You peek and see it's the Ace of Spades, and that's another way to do it. So you just quickly move it over, see it's the Ace of Spades, and you're good to go. Once you memorize the top card, that's going to be your key card. You're ready to move on. You're going to explain to your spectator that they are going to be doing something with the deck of cards while you as the magician are turned around and not looking. So you need to be very clear in your instructions here as to what your spectator is going to do. So I recommend you kind of give them a little demonstration. So you're going to tell your spectator that they are going to cut about halfway in the deck. It can be wherever they want to, but tell them to try and make it about halfway down in the deck. So you can just, give a little demonstration here. Your spectator's going to cut. You're going to tell them they're going to memorize the face-up card that they cut to, and then they are going to shuffle the face-up packet right here. They're going to turn these cards face up, and they're going to riffle shuffle them into the face down packet like this. And then once they're done riffle shuffling, they are going to cut the deck a couple of times just to lose their card in the pack. So that can be your little demonstration there. You tell your spectator, okay, I'm going to turn around, and you're going to go ahead and do this. So your spectator cuts wherever they want to, about halfway down the cards. In this case, their selection is going to be the 7 of spades. They are the only ones that are going to see it. They're going to riffle shuffle this face up pack into the face down cards just like this, and make sure your spectator can riffle shuffle for the performance. That's going to be very important. If there's absolutely no way they can riffle shuffle, what you can do is tell your spectator you're gonna you have your eyes closed or head turned, and then you're gonna riffle shuffle the face up back into the face down pack. Once they're in this position, you tell your spectator they would just go ahead and cut the deck a couple of times to lose their card completely into the pack. Once they are done doing this, you're going to tell your spectator that your spectator is going to tell you actually that they're done. You're going to turn around and you're going to tell your spectator that you did not see the card. You don't know where it is in the deck, but you're going to try and find it. So what you're going to do is with the deck that's on the table here, you're going to spread out the cards face down on the table. And what you're doing here is looking for your key card. So in this case, we're looking through the deck. Your key card's obviously going to be one of the face-up cards here. In this case, we see the Ace of Spades. Now, guys, every time the first face-up card to the left of your key card will be your spectator's selection. So at this point, you can easily identify the spectator's card right here as the 7 of spades. Now, what you can do here to end off the trick and reveal that their spectator's card is the 7 of spades is really up to you. I'm going to go over what I did in the performance, and then I'll talk about another way that you can end off this trick. So at this point, you see it's a 7 of spades. Honestly, if you really want to, you can just end it off right here and tell your spectator, okay, I'm going through the deck and I'm getting a really strong sense your card's right here. You can do that. But what you can do is after you locate their card, remember it's the first card to the left of your key card right here. So you can square up the deck. You can tell your spectator that you're going to go through the cards and you're going to eliminate cards that you don't think is their selection. So you can just spread through, tell your spectator, okay, I don't think any of these are your selection. You're just looking for your key card and the card that's their selection. So you can just spread through. You're looking, in this case, we have this portion of cards has the key card, and then the first card that you come to after it, that's going to be their selection right here. So you can isolate this pack of cards. You can tell your spectator, okay, I got a feeling that your card is one of these, one of the face-up cards in this pile. Then you can just get rid of the other cards here. Get rid of the deck, and you obviously, the card. You're going to go through, tell your spectator, okay, I'm going to isolate the face-up cards. We're going to get rid of all the face-down ones. So you can get rid of the face-down cards here, just like this. So you're left with a couple of face-up cards. And then you obviously are going to know their selection at this point. We know it's the 7 of spades. And I'm going to talk about what I did in the performance when you hit down on the deck and the only card left in your spectator's hand is their selection. I think to end off this trick this way is very powerful, so I'm going to go over how to do it right now. You just need to get their selection to the bottom of the small packet of cards you have here, so you can tell your spectator, okay, I think your card is one of these. Wherever it is, if it's in the middle, if it's on top, you just need to get it to the bottom. So let's say their card is like in the middle here. All you need to do is see, okay, it's right there in the middle. I'm going to shuffle off a couple of cards. Boom, it's right there on top. And then you just shuffle it to the bottom. You keep it there on the bottom. So either way, you just need to get their selection to the bottom of the small packet. You're going to have your spectator hold on to the small portion of cards in one of two ways. You can have them hold on to the cards like this. Tell them to make this fist motion. Place the cards in between their pointer and middle finger like this, with kind of in between their knuckles, and have them hold on to it sort of lightly. Or you can have them pinch onto the cards with their thumb, pointer, and middle. I think it's a little bit easier to do it this way. It does not matter. And then with this kind of natural grip they have on the cards, you're going to hit down on the cards, and then every single time the bottom card will stay in between their fingers, or if you did it this way, it will be the card that's in between their knuckles, and it will be that bottom card, which is their selection. So that's a very cool way to end off this trick. Your spectator is going to be completely confused because they are going to know that you did not see the card they chose at the start, but in reality, your key card helped you locate it earlier in the trick. So guys, that's how you do it. And if you want to do it this way, you can just hit down on the cards like that, and the last one will stay in their hand. Play around with how hard you need to grip the cards so you can tell your spectator to do it correctly, but just a natural grip will work. And also one more thing here I'm going to quickly talk about. You guys can do Magician's Choice if you want to. So you have these cards, you tell your spectator, okay, I'm going to eliminate a couple, so there's only 3 left. You can eliminate, the bottom 2 or whatever, or 2 cards that are not theirs. You have 3 cards here, this top one, or you keep track of it, and then you can mix them up. Tell your spectator to touch 2 cards. If they touch these 2, you get rid of them. You're left with their card. If they touch one that is their selection, you tell them, okay, keep your fingers on these cards, get rid of the other one, lift up a hand, and then whichever hand they lift up, you're going to make sure it's their card, just like this. So you guys play around with how you want to do the ending. You can do Magician's Choice. You can do the way I did there at the end. But it's up to you how you want to reveal the card. This trick is very powerful. Definitely give it a try. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure you guys, fix your deck at the end there so you can do some more tricks. That's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my next one. Peace out.